I'm talking to David Kerr, Director of Educational Programs at the Citizenship Foundation in London. Mr. Kerr, given the reality of an aging population in Europe and the majority of Europeans not being engaged in formal education anymore, what is your recommendation for citizenship education in adult learning?
Well, I think adult learning is actually a Cinderella area at the moment. It's something that countries really should focus on, but with the lack of resources they tend to put it towards younger people. And I think there's a real missed opportunity here, because we are in an ageing population. The young people, whether they like it or not, will end up as old people. And the problem is we live in a very compartmentalised world. We tend to live with the people that we actually go around with, and we've lost those generational links through families and communities. And therefore I think what countries need to look at really seriously, if they want to build more effective citizenship education, is to look at more intergenerational projects where they bring young people to work together with old people, where the experiences of both come together, not in a simplistic paternalistic way, but young people, old people have learnt a lot through their lives, which it would be really important for young people to understand and find out about, because they may well have come up with cross issues and problems that young people are now facing, and they may come up with solutions. The same way old people need to understand the world of young people. It can often appear scary and strange, and they may dress differently and seem to have bad manners and all sorts of things. And I think once they actually have that dialogue, you'll get much more cohesion within communities if you can build those projects. So I think coming out from schools and elsewhere, the more intergenerational projects, particularly as older people often have time on their hands if they've retired, if those sorts of projects and programs can be set up across Europe, I think that will actually strengthen the foundations for citizenship education across the community.
Where do you see the different roles of the formal and the non-formal education sector in this field, given the fact that citizenship education in adult learning is not limited to the formal sectors, and NGOs play a very strong role here?
Yeah. Well, I think that's why I quite like the Council of Europe's term, and I know it comes from Germany, of learning and living democracy, because I think there are things you can actually do in formal education in the classroom, but then you need real opportunities and experiences to put that into practice outside the classroom in communities. And I think that that's where formal needs to work more carefully with non-formal, so they don't see each other as a problem, that non-formal see themselves as undoing all the bad things that are done in formal education, and formal education see non-formal as unstructured. You just have all sorts of experiences. I think citizenship is one of those areas where you can really link what's learned in schools and in the classroom to what actually goes on outside in communities, and the school space can actually be done to do that, and there are examples of where that's been worked effectively. So it's not an either or, you actually need both bits. You need the learning bit and the living bit, because they both need to reflect on each other.
Thank you very much.